Profit is not a rude word.
No, absolutely. That's your reward of your hard work, and this is how it's supposed to be. So this is your first thing what you need to think about. If you think about, is my pricing okay or not, have a look at your bank account. And if you don't have any savings or if you don't have any money left, then your pricing is definitely not right.
We have that moment of, my pricing needs, like if they can afford to do that, they can afford to pay for me because I'm worth it.
You always can be good to people, but you need to make your money first. So don't start with being good to people, because then you don't have anything left to give away. You need to make that money first, create a profitable business, and then you give back to the community.
Hey, welcome everyone. It's great to be back. I'm Jodie Fielden and I'm joined with my work wife, bestie and business partner, 𝐲𝐢𝐿.
Hi everyone and welcome back.
Yeah, 𝐲𝐢𝐿, we're going to stick with the theme of mindset because I think we need to talk about the mindset around pricing. A lot of business owners, and I know that I said it myself, is that I don't care. As long as I can break even, I'm not here for the profit. I'm not here to, make money. Well, what are you here for? We're not here to do spiders. Like if you're a business owner, you're here to make money, and that's okay. You shouldn't be ashamed, and you shouldn't feel ashamed that you want to make money. And I think that because we've been employees in someone else's business, and then 99.9% of the time you then go out into business for yourself, is that you have that mindset of, the boss is only here to make money, and that's a bad thing. Like, business is about money. It's about making money. It's about living the lifestyle you want. It's about being able to do the things you want with your family. Profit is not a rude word.
No, absolutely. That's your reward of your hard work, and this is how it's supposed to be. When you are in business or when you are getting into business, you have very, very high responsibilities, not just for yourself but for others also, and also you take all the risks. So because you do have to think of many different levels, profit is your reward. And I think this is very, very important when we think about having a successful business. And profit for me does not include my wage. Because if I'm working in my business, I need to be paid accordingly for those hours what I'm working for. And then I want profit on everything what we have in the business. So it's very important. And what I wanted to say before, it was that, like, you're going to have this kind of thoughts behind, when it comes to your pricing. And then your business is really busy. You have lots of clients, you're working a long hours, they are rebooking and everything. And then you have a look at your bank account at the end of the week and it's not enough money. This is when you need to start to think about, is my pricing okay? Is my pricing all right? Because if you don't have any money left in the bank at the end of the week when you're paying your bills and everything, your pricing couldn't be right. So this is your first thing what you need to think about. If you think about, is my pricing okay or not, have a look at your bank account. And if you don't have any savings or if you don't have any money left, then your pricing is definitely not right.
We all had that realization that there was the time that a client would complain about our pricing, and then in the next breath tell us that they've just gone on holidays or they've just bought a property or they've, and I think that's when we realize that we have that moment of, my pricing needs, like if they can afford to do that, they can afford to pay for me because I'm worth it.
And most of the time what happens, we are very emotional, and that happened to Jake also, people were telling him, all the hardships they're going through and everything. And he said, maybe I should just lower my pricing to help them out. And it happened to me also, when I was renting a chair from you, and it was one client, I lowered the price because she was telling to me they're going through hardship, her husband lost the job and whatever. And then a couple of months later, she came and she was very excited because they booked like a 4 weeks holiday to Hawaii. And it hit me so hard. I was just like far out, like I'm the one who is, trying to help everyone and understanding everyone's problems. And I'm the one who haven't been on holiday for 2 years. And it was exactly the same for Jake. Jake was lowering the price and everything. And then this lady came to him and he said he just purchased a property. So yeah, it's very, very interesting that sometimes we feel that we should, lower our pricing. And this is why I'm saying it's business. It shouldn't be any emotional. It needs to be based on numbers, not your emotions, because we are in business for a reason. And they are basic, fundamental things what we need to get right in order to stay in business. And I always say, you always can be good to people, but you need to make your money first. So don't start with being good to people, because then you don't have anything left to give away. You need to make that money first, create a profitable business, and then you give back to the community. It's so much more better for everyone, because once we lowering our price or we don't make enough money, what will happen? We start to get frustrated, overworked, overwhelmed, extremely tired. And the level of service what we provide with that state of mind, it's very, very different from when you have everything sorted at the back end, and you have a business which is working really well. You have clarity, you have confidence, and then you can serve your clients on a much, much higher level. And that's it for now. If you want to find us on our social media, then we are on Instagram and Facebook, and our handle is FocusGDT. And I think that's it for now. And we are looking forward seeing you at our next session.
See you later, guys. Have a good week.
Bye-bye.